Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Black Butler, chapter 193. When we last left our heroes, we sort of split the difference, wrapping up the last few plot threads of the Baldroy storyline with William saving Knox from Al/Layla, and some discussions about what exactly is going on with her being a bizarre doll, but having this weapon that can stand up to death sides, all sort of leading in a big old question mark. We split the difference with that, and introducing the Finnian and Snake storyline, as they head to an orphanage that both of them seem to have odd memories of, and are invited to take a test or something. There's an element of Promised Neverland in there. I'm not sure I brought that up in my last review, but it definitely is there. It's to see if they're, like, gifted, and so we don't really know quite what's going on with that yet, but a mysterious woman picks up one of Snake's snakes, and we don't know what's going on with that either. So let's jump right on into chapter 193, The Butler Testing. And our picture here is Finnian and Snake in front of the windmill, blowing in the wind of Norfolk. And we open, not with our mystery woman, but with Finnian and Snake, being invited into the manor. This way, Finnian. And your name is... But they both seem to recognize the place. And we're still not sure how. What is this place? I'm sure I've seen it before. But then one of the women asks again, say? Which I'm not sure why the word... Like, I think she's asking him to say his name. I'm not quite sure why the word say is just all she says. I don't know. But Snake answers, it's Keats. His surname is not known. And then he says Keats. Which is a weird little bit of, like, is Snake's name gonna change constantly based on which Snake is talking? I don't know. But also, like, even, there's some... Snake had some criticism of Finnian last time for, like, how badly he was playing the part, right? Just the bit where it gives the whole, like, character description that Sebastian had given him. But honestly, it's not like Snake is doing much better here. He still is following the concept of speaking for the snakes, by referring to himself in the third person. But the woman doesn't quite catch up on that, just saying, Keats, take a seat. We'll have you take a blood test first. Oh boy. It's always the fucking blood test. FOL Orphanage protects the health of our families using the latest medical treatments. And Finnian and Snake look at each other like, oh boy, here we go. And they get some blood, Snake gets his blood drained, and I think Finnian does as well. As one of the women asks, can both of you read? And Snake tells her, simple text, yes, says Keats. And Finnian adds on, day laborers must be able to read, otherwise they may be cheated out of their wages. So he has minimum reading and writing skills, doing the same bit as Snake notes. He's reciting his character setup again. They're both referring to themselves in the third person throughout all this. But they're handed a clipboard. We'll have you take the aptitude test next. And Snake takes the clipboard and looks over it thinking, an orphanage that provides students with unique education. What sort of difficult questions must I answer? And the first question, arrange the following 4 animals in order of their adorableness. Rabbit, weasel, dog, and cat. Okay. This doesn't feel terribly objective. Second question, arrange the following 4 cakes in order of their deliciousness. Strawberry, chocolate, cheese, and carrot. And Snake asks, yes. Do these questions have right answers? Says Keats. And, I do like, though, I've noticed now, I think he's only brought the one snake in with him. Because last chapter, he dumped all the snakes outside. So he only kept Keats, so he's always, like, speaking from the same viewpoint. Which is a nice little trick. Letting, given snakes already, like, peculiar speech patterns, allowing some degree of at least consistency, if not normalness, into the way he talks. But the woman tells him, there are no right answers. However, there are appropriate answers for welcoming you as family. Okay. I don't know. I'm thinking about the way that Athena Sanatorium was far more modern than anyone thought it would be. And this sort of there is no wronger there is no wrong or right part feels a little modern in some respects. But that whole there are appropriate answers for welcoming you as family doesn't quite fit that thought process. I don't know. Let's keep going. But the two of them look at each other. And the main woman giving the test turns to a woman who enters the room. Might be from the blood test. She shakes her head. Yeah, it must be the blood test results. Because the main woman speaks up. That's enough, you two. It's unfortunate, but we cannot welcome you into FOL Orphanage. Shocking both of them. We haven't finished taking the test. But the woman tells them both, your blood test showed inappropriate results. And Finnian reacts, we don't have any diseases. No, you're in excellent health. However, your aptitude is lacking. And not quite understanding what that means, they can only flash back to what Sebastian told them back at the opium den. Failure will not be tolerated. Oh no. And Snake just begs, then please let us work here, says Keats. And the woman shakes her head. We cannot allow that. Your aptitude must be confirmed by the blood test in order to stay here. And Snake goes on, I'll do heavy work, take care of children, I'll do anything. So... And then they're interrupted. Hey, you should take care of your pet before you take care of other children. And we see it's the mystery person from last time. It's about time we find out who she actually is. A deadly snake was roaming round. And the second woman shrieks at seeing it. Eek! Didn't I tell you not to let these buggers have free reign of the place? Snake. And yeah, the little theory was right. It is in fact Doll. So I guess this is the point where I have to go back and reread Circus one of these days to refresh myself on her particulars. Because last time I read the Circus Arc, I believe it was 2015. Maybe earlier. But I was definitely in high school at the time. But yeah, that could be a bit of a dangerous game. You know, I've been sort of predicting for a while that at long last, the sort of Snake learns what happened to the circus gang, what happened in this arc. That it was about time that all of that blew up. And I think we're going to be getting that, yeah. And Snake just freezes, seeing Doll for the first time. I found this one outside, so I thought maybe you were here. But Snake hasn't said anything. So Doll just points to herself. Don't you remember me? It's me, the tightrope. And Snake just hugs her, leading to Doll dropping the snake. And, you know, showing us where Snake's loyalties lie right now. And they collapse to the ground. Doll! Is it really you, Doll? Says Emily. And Doll laughs. The strange way you talk. So it's really you, Snake. And Finnian did... I'm trying to remember what exactly Doll knows about Finnian, because I think I did a bit of wiki hunting when people were first positing Doll last month, and I don't think she was there when the servants killed the rest of the circus troupe. So I don't know if Doll knows who killed all their friends. But Finnian, I remember she definitely, had seen Sebastian. I mean, they all saw Sebastian. Sebastian and Ciel, I mean. And Finnian reacts, I think this is, one of the women. You know him? And Snake picks him. Snake is the one who responds. Or no, I think Finnian has gotten Doll's gender wrong. Or I got Doll's gender wrong. Someone, either Finnian or myself, are confused on Doll's gender. Yeah. We were members of the same circus troupe. He was my comrade at Noah's Circus Arc. So yeah, it was me. I was the confused one. Says Oscar. And Finnian, of course, recognizes the circus troupe. The circus troupe? You mean the circus... And to himself thinks, you mean the circus troupe that attacked the manor? In pursuit of young master? And Doll just sort of smiles and introducing himself and extends his hand. Are you Snake's friend? Yes. I'm Finnian. Heh. You're Finnian. We had a newcomer I forgot that Ciel used Finian's name. We had a newcomer in the circus troupe with the same name. What a coincidence. I'm Doll. Nice to meet you, Finnian. To be continued. So yeah, in the next month, I'm definitely gonna have to go back and reread the Circus Arc, because, like, all of a sudden, all those chickens are coming home to roost. So I reckon we're gonna have to, I'm gonna have to take a look back at that. But for now, like, the ramifications of this are clear as day, and are what I sort of was hoping we'd get somehow with any sort of Snake focus. But, like, brought into crystal clear clarity by the return of another survivor of that circus. Because already, just with it being Finnian, if I remembered that Finnian was the name that Ciel took, I might have, like, made that connection earlier. But, like, that's the sort of thing that, like, Doll is maybe not already, like, actively putting the pieces together in his head, but, like, the pieces are there. And by arc's end, I think he's going to have them all put together. Which is a hell of a hook for an arc. Let's hope it doesn't turn into the same sort of dragging that, you know, the sanatorium and especially the Heathfield arc turned into. But I remember being similarly excited about the sanatorium, which, to be fair, was much better than its predecessor. But this is, like, just easily the sort of strongest start to one of these yet. Like, the stuff about the you don't have the aptitude or whatever doesn't really matter. It's not that important. So far. Like, I'm sure the ramifications of that will sort of extend throughout the rest of this mini-arc, that, like, they don't have the right blood, and how will they do their investigating if they can't get to the orphanage. But the real kicker is when Doll shows up. Because, you know, it's like, now that Doll is here, it's only a matter of time before everything blows up. And there still is the question, like, I don't remember enough, like, I had thought they all died. So maybe and I think it's at least, I think when I looked things up last month, I think it was implied that Doll died, but never explicitly shown. So, like, Doll might be a bizarre doll, for all we know. Which would fit the name, actually. Doll being a bizarre doll. I think they're a bizarre doll. I think the doll is absolutely like, that's just too on the nose for it to not mean anything. I don't know. We'll see, though. We'll see what comes of that. But all in all, you know, Finnian and Doll each sort of putting the pieces together of how they're connected already, is easily the best hook for one of these mini arcs we've had so far. And while Yana could drag it all down with, you know, super slow pacing, for now, I'm very excited as to where this whole storyline is going. And hopefully, Yana does not drop the ball, and it ends up being, you know, the high water mark of all of these mini arcs. So with that said, I'm going to leave this video off here. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe, or, you know, do whatever makes you happy, you know? And as always, your life is your own, okay? Bye!